Hello everyone, good morning.
Anyone speaking? I'm not able to hear.
Yeah, actually, I just said like good morning. Can you guys hear my voice?
Yeah, now yes.
Okay. So let's wait for another minute and then we'll start. If people are still joining.
No worries, no worries. How, how is everything? You're not feeling well yesterday, right, Vikrant?
Yeah. So I got some fever and all. Still, it is there.
Yeah,
Sorry.
still can feel from your throat that you are not fully set.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So then we will start. I hope in our previous classes, yeah, we did uh, like how to use this Jupyter notebook, or like how we can use a VS Code, Spider, and all those things, right? So were you guys able to install that softwares in your local system?
Yes, we did.
Okay,
Yes, we can.
great. Few of us already tried to like install like how we can install and all. I hope you guys are also tried to like how we can use up their options and all those things. Then, so once you familiar with those softwares and all, it is good to go with like coding, like actual coding and all, right? So I'll start on a very basic Python coding, like how we can code it on the Python, what are the imports and all those things. Okay. So before that, let me share my screen and then we will start. Uh, yeah. Can you guys can see my screen?
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So yes, I'm very much familiar on Jupyter Lab actually. So I don't want to create a multiple tabs on my on my edge. So that's why I just created a lab. So here you can see multiple tabs inside of the Jupyter Lab. You can use it. So okay. So this is also the same thing. Like if you really want to rename it or whatever it is. So this is your local folder structure, and you can just go here and you can rename it. Our Python first coding session. Okay, so yes, so I just renamed it. I renamed that file and all. So how we can use this Jupyter notebook for execution of your code. So I'll just going to print the statement, maybe welcome you all. Okay, so I'm just adding that printing statement, that is welcome you all. I'm just going to print it. See, so now this Python code is executed. So you can see like how simple it is, like printing the statement then compared to other programming languages. Correct? So we are not declared any of the variables, any data types, nothing like that. So I just used this Python built-in functions. So when I call this function, this is enclosed, like at the end, it is enclosed with this parenthesis. Maybe sometime this will expect an argument. Sometime it will not accept, some functions will not expect any of the argument, because by default they are set to be some of the parameter. If you really wants to change it, you can just pass the parameter inside of that. So that is what actually. So there is a difference between that required arguments and that optional arguments, right? So in some of the functions have definitely have some optional argument. If you want to change it, you can change it. If you don't want to change that, so you can just uh, give that whatever the default arguments are there, you can just give it. Okay, please keep in mind that whenever I bring the word like this is a Python built-in function or function, something like that, those variables should be uh, added to the postfix, that is parenthesis. Okay, clear? Yeah, I hope it's clear for you all. So then, so we have to discuss about Python imports. Python imports, as I already told, Python has a huge library baskets. Okay, it means if you any of the logics is commonly used in the world, okay, that we convert it as an modules or libraries, then we are released it across the world. Okay, so the people can easily install it and they can use it, okay, by importing that particular libraries. So in that modules we have three kinds of libraries. One is base libraries, another one is third party libraries, and second one is an third party libraries. So the third one is a local imports. Okay, so what do you mean by base libraries? So these are the three sections of imports. Okay, one is what is base libraries. So I'll just go base modules or libraries, whatever you can call. So the libraries which are that utils are already which are available within a Python itself. It doesn't require any of the external argument to download it into your local or in your environment. Those libraries we are call it as a base libraries. Okay, so like what are those libraries basically? So the very small functions. Okay, so let's say OS and time. We have many modules. Okay, in the world. Okay, these are, so I'm not like executed any command to install this OS and the time. OS is nothing but an operating system. Okay, so this will bring you a local folder structure, local folder directory into your working page. Okay, so for that we are going to use it. I will show like how we can use it, use all these things, and import time. Okay, so if you are really dealing with any of the time functions in your coding script, maybe sometimes if you are creating any of the data, that data requires any of the time columns or date columns, so you can just bring this time like utils and you can execute it. Okay, so I'm just trying to execute this line of codes. Yes, I'm able to execute it. See, this is executed without any error. So if you guys see this like 1 2 for the cells, okay, this means how many times this cell is getting executed. So you see this cell is in the second place, that's why I executed in the first time, so that is it is going to give a 2. If I executed the same things again, so it is changed to, it is added with 1. Okay, it means the Python code is executed well without any error. So if you really had any errors, what happened? So this will increase it within a one number, but you will get some message over here, whether it could be type error, value error, key error, whatever it is, you will get it. Okay. Then these are the base modules. So I will go with a third party modules. Okay. What are the third party modules? Let's say, so this pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, Stats Model, and Plotly. These are like, for example, these are like a third-party libraries. If you really want to use these libraries in your environment, you have to download it. You have to execute some command to install it in your local. Okay, then only you can use it. So in that way, you can use the third-party libraries, because those libraries are come from different developers, different enterprises. Okay, so those people only created that and they have released it across the global to use it by any of the users. Okay, so let's say how to install those libraries. As I already explained in our beginning classes, like how we can pass the commands to install the libraries. We can just pass pip install that library name. Let's say that library name to install this third-party libraries. So let me pass this command in my Anaconda prompt. You can see that changes. See, I just pasted that command. Maybe if you are going with any of the real versions, you can just mention that versions and all. Okay. So if you are not mentioned any of the version, by default, it is going to download it very latest version of your libraries. Okay. I'll just press enter to execute this command. See, so I'm getting a message like required already satisfied. Required already satisfied. So it means, so you can also see the version 1.5.3. This is the latest versions. So it means this library is already in my system. So already in my environment. How we can check it whether it is installed properly or not, whether I can use it the same things in our environment or not. So from this cell also you can execute your Python codes, because this Python is already installed in this Anaconda. So how we can execute this Python code here, like small lines of code. So I can just call Python. See, hello everyone. So can you guys hear me now? Sorry, in between I lost the connection.
Yes.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
So let me reshare the screen again. Yeah. Are you guys able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Yeah. So now you can see that. So sometimes this pandas, so sometimes the library like modules names was big. Okay. So in that case, like how to avoid to use these big names in your environment, because so we are going to use this pandas for multiple times for our operations to achieve our goal, right? How we can rename this, like how we can rename in our environment, and like how we can use it while doing any import this pandas as PD. Okay, so if I add this keyword as, then what happened? This pandas is imported into your local system with the name of PD. or we can give any P or something like that, but we should give some meaningful name for that. Okay, so I just give, instead of pandas, I can go with an PD. Okay, so I'll just execute this line of code, put pandas as P. Is good? Yes, this is about third-party libraries. What are the local imports? Local imports, it means you guys only can create of your function or whatever it. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody have the questions?
So where can I get the list of third-party libraries, or how do I know? Because you already know what is pandas or something you did import. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I got it. So these are the standard libraries which we are going to use in our data world. Okay, let's say, so if you are in the data science world, so some of the libraries are you should be familiar with those things. So like pandas, numpy. So while we are going to use this libraries and all, so these are like standard libraries which you should definitely third-party libraries in the world, because we have 1,000 plus of libraries, right? This is an open source software, so you might get in each and every day you will get like most third-party libraries. In each and every day, developers are doing their jobs and they're releasing their libraries. So it's a matter of exploring the things. Okay.
No. See, the point is, yeah, exploring the things. If I need to explore, let me say, if I need something for my mathematical calculations, are you saying we need to Google it if there is any open library that is available which can be imported to Python, or how did? Let us take the example of this pandas. How did you know this is what I need to use for this specific purpose? You know by experience,
Yeah.
because we
So
are a
because this is
starter.
the one. Yeah.
Because we are a starter,
Mhm.
if I need a specific functionality to be done, how can I come to know which are the libraries that I need to import?
Yeah, so for specific use cases, yeah, definitely you should explore it on like online, like what are the libraries are useful. But so in this Python classes, so because
You are gone.
Python is used in front gaming development. Okay. Hello. Can you hear me,
Yeah,
guys? Hear my voice?
yeah, it was breaking, but now it is audible.
Yeah. So Python is not only dedicated to this data science. So this Python can be used for front end, back end, and the gaming development, and this data science, data engineering, data analyst, for many of the fields. Okay. So it is not possible by humans to learn all these things, correct? So like for front-end development, we have in other modules, let's say this pandas. So with this pandas only, you can read the data and you can do the transformation. Because so like if you're in the data engineering field, you got to know like how we can read the data, how we can do the transformation for that. So this pandas is the only libraries that you can use. So in this data science session, so what I'm going to do, like I'm going to teach some of the most important libraries, like how we can use pandas. Like in the job specific requirement, maybe in the job description you might get like candidate who knows pandas, numpy libraries or matplotlib libraries, so on. Okay, so in this class I'm going to teach you on pandas, numpy, matplotlib, seaborn, and maybe when it comes to a machine learning model, scikit-learn. So the scikit-learn have all the machine learning models. So in the same way, we have any multiple libraries having this machine learning algorithms already developed. Okay, so but sometimes we are going with scikit-learn, sometimes we are going with a stats model, that is up to the performance and use cases. Okay.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah. So because in the front end, maybe you need to use some other libraries. Like front end is in a different domain, right? So in that case, maybe if you really want to create some front end with this Python, maybe you need to know about Flask, Django, and all those things, and Streamlit. So these are the libraries you should do aware. Okay, for the gaming development, I also don't know like what are the libraries they are going to use it for the gaming development and correct.
Yeah,
Did I
yeah.
answer your question? Yeah. So local imports. So when it comes to the local imports, you guys can only create your own utils, one libraries, and like your own functions itself, and save it in any of the different file. You can import it and you can reuse it in your project development. Maybe why? Because so you have that specific logic that is only dedicated to your project development only. You no need to give that logic to any of others. In that case, you can develop your own function, okay, and you can save it in any of the particular file, and you can import it, as I already explained in our beginning classes, right? Like how we can call this user defined function and like how we can import it. So I will just extend those topics maybe in the coming days about like how you can create a functions, how we can save it in any of the files, like how we can import it, how we can package it. All these things I will come on the next coming days. Okay, this is about local imports. Okay, so let's say from. So here you should define that from, and the file name, whatever the file name, my file. Okay, and I'm going to import my function. Okay, so it means in my file I have created this my function. I'm importing here to use this logic in any of the whenever it is needed. So in that case, you can create your own function and you can make it as libraries and import it and you can use it. Okay, any questions on these three sets of libraries, library sections?
Vikrant, can you give a quick recap on the overall thing once, if possible?
Okay, so this is a statement. So if you really wants to print any of the statement which it is needed for in your working environment, maybe this printing statement mostly we are going to use it for debugging purpose. Let's say in any of the steps, despite this line is executed or not, if you wants to check it, we are going to add a printing statement there. If that printing statement was printed, we are going to assume that yeah, that previous lines of code is executed properly. So this is how you can print it. So when it comes to modules, as I already explained, Python added a huge library sections. So in their section, we have three kinds of category. One is base modules, and then another one is a third-party module, and third one is a local imports. In the base libraries means Python has their own imports, own development team, right? So from that team, they are already developed some of the libraries which they're thinking like which it is mostly used by the users. So those libraries no need to require any of the like installation. So you can directly go and you can directly use it, right? So this OS and time will not require any much effort to do download and all these things. You can directly import it and you can use it. Third-party libraries means these are the libraries which needs an external installation. So how you can install it? So you can use this pip command. Okay, pip install and module name. So you can provide that module name. Once it is installed, maybe if still you are going to face like this pandas is not available, like that, you can just restart your kernel. Once installed, just do a restart to apply all the changes in the backend, and then you can start using it. Okay, and the local inputs, it means if you need any of the logic that is most repetitively using in your environment. So in that case, you can you can just start creating your functions and save it into any of the particular file, and then you can import it into your local environment and you can reuse it. This is all about important like libraries of the Pythons.
Vikrant, local imports only we can able to import only functions or any other type of methods also
Yeah, like
like
whatever, like if you are created a functions, okay, you can import the functions with their functions name. If you really created a class, you can just import the class.
okay, we can
Okay.
able to import the classes also, right? Okay.
Yeah, classes also. But method you can't, right? So once you install the class, you can just do a dot and you can just import the method with the name of your class. Okay.
What about the DLLs, like library, like DLL extensions we have, right?
Yeah.
Local DLLs, like those things also we can import.
Yeah. So Python, yeah, like if you are really maintaining any folder, a good folder structure, okay. So the thing is you need to make a proper packaging with using an init file. Okay. I will come to that. Like how we can do that in a packaging and like and how we can import it. So basically we should avoid using the imports with the name of file names. You should import with the folder names actually. Okay. But at this moment, it's okay to know like how maybe we also can create our own utils and we can use it.
Can you show me one example, like, not now, like going forward, but while using like, for base model under like import and show me here, like how it works.
Sure, sure. I'll come in this, I'll prepare few of the things for that and I'll show it to you and the team.
Okay.
Okay. So any questions other than this also you guys can go ahead because I'm taking a pause now. I think you guys must understand that I'm not okay at this moment also. So any questions, any discussion, if you guys really wants to know, so we can use that time.
I think if you know example, then we can practice. Right now, only thing is like, you just told like we have option to import. But if there is example, then we can go ahead and we will do the practice, right? Then only
Yeah.
we can get questions.
Yeah, it's a beginning classes. Okay. So you can just imagine like what are the things we can achieve. Okay. Once you get a clear picture of like what is the aim for that, so we can do that, right?
Yeah, Vikrant, I had a question. Actually, are we going to train any AI models in the real-time environment, like using any data sets or anything?
I think your voice was low. I can't hear properly.
Yeah, Vikrant, like I had a question. Actually, are we going to train any models actually using the AI and using any real-time data sets?
Yeah, we are going to train the machine learning models. Okay, AI is just a field actually. It is not actually a machine algorithm, nothing like that. So if you are being in an artificial intelligence world, so you should know multiple things like machine learning models. What are the machine learning algorithms? Using that machine learning algorithm, what type of the data you are going to train. So in the data set also we have a multiple different what I can say different set of the data. Okay. So you should know much like how we can train the algorithms. So in the market, we have thousands of algorithms. So for your use cases, which algorithms is best suits. So that you should import it and you should use it. And if you really wants to dealing with a video data or image data or text data, so then that AI comes. Okay, AI is mostly focusing on video, images, text kind of data. Okay, so this machine learning algorithm is mostly the data science is mostly concentrating on numeric data and that somehow text data as well.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I want to make my profile as MLOps actually, like machine learning
MLOps
operations.
actually it's a different, right?
Okay.
So that is nothing but a machine learning professional. We are attaching with an operations team. So we are going to set up some environment, some of the frames, like some frame, okay, to do that machine learning models. Let's say MLOps is nothing but, so it's just automating that complete process. Data cleaning, machine learning algorithm development, and as well like a deployment, right? These three will go within a pipeline. So MLOps people is going to create that pipeline to execute that model cycle again and again whenever it is needed. MLOps, it's a different field.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, then I hope it seems everything was good. Maybe we will meet in the next classes. I hope you guys are already started investigating what is the Python and what are the things was available with the Pythons and all. So I'll bring all those things into your eye, okay, in your coming classes. So until that, have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.